What's up, everybody? This is Talkative Carl back with another Deadliest Warrior live commentary. Today we'll be going over Crazy Horse versus Pancho Villa, a very old West style of episode, and I dug it for that. Just the atmosphere of it just like really brings you into that like time frame, and it's like arguably these two could have easily have met, but I think like I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I think like Crazy Horse was kind of old or oldish when like Pancho Villa was like rising up or doing his thing. But like arguably these two could have easily have met. And it's unfortunate that Pancho Villa was like, spoiler alert, was assassinated. He was like in his 40s, I believe, when he was assassinated in his car. And I think the car is in a museum itself. Kind of like, the same way as President Kennedy's car that he was assassinated in is in a museum. And same way as like Al Capone's car is in a museum. I mean, he wasn't assassinated in his car, but ironically, to avoid assassinations, he kind of reinforces vehicle to withstand like sudden gunfire, just in case somebody tried to pull up. Uh, but it's funny how like all these like like famous and slash infamous cars are in these museums. Like Tupac's car that he was gunned down in. I think that's in a museum as well. It's so funny like how many cars is in museums that are more often than not are associated with assassinations. It's crazy. But yeah, if you're watching this on your DVD or if you have this streamed or if you got this on Amazon Prime, get your timestamp to 0. Go ahead, get myself settled. We're nearly done with like the live commentary stuff, which is cool because I want to make sure I get more time in with other stuff because not that I wasn't having fun doing this live commentary stuff on one of my favorite shows that I ever seen growing up. It's nice to get some time for other stuff without having to worry about like the next like month Deadliest Warrior commentary stuff. All right, get ready to press play when I say now. And in 3, 2, 1, now. If it wasn't for this show, I wouldn't have known that Pancho Villa had arthritis. It's a nice little fun fact. It'd be nice to visit Mexico again. I could have in February because my sister went back for her birthday, but like I just didn't have the funds or the spare time off from work to do so. So especially since I was I'm trying to save up to get a place of my own, so I cannot fit the bill. But Mexico's was like a gorgeous place, and I did enjoy it. Mostly I enjoy the drinks and the food more than anything else. But man, it was hot. And then all the security thing, like it was kind of like annoying with the security thing. You got to go through security checks when you go to a different country. It's kind of like a slightly more of a pain than any other airport within the U.S. Like, of course, it's the border patrol kind of situation, I guess. But yeah, at some point, I would love to go back. But there's other places I want to visit for the first time, and then maybe I'll circle back to some place like Mexico. But I definitely want to visit like Vegas again because I want to see my best friend again. Uh, you know, Anita and Anita Starr. Check her out. She got a YouTube channel. Check her out because like she's like very, very funny, intelligent person. It's like just a great hang. You know, Corpe Terrifico, the terrific blow. I'm curious. I'm pretty sure like Crazy Horse died of natural causes as an old man. Uh, and Pancho Villa did have kids and grandkids, and I think he got at least a couple living relatives to this day. And, I love it when like the Native Americans' names is like so cool and just like the kind of like a birthright and kind of names. Or I'm pretty sure it's just like I don't know. It's like certain rituals that they do just to get these kind of names. It's like it's just so awesome. Like Moses brings plenty. That is just so cool. See, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, Little Bighorn, yeah, the classic historical event. But yeah, I mean, I find it like I think a lot of people will find it ironic that for the longest time, like racist assholes, back in the day, always like refer to certain people of color like savages and stuff like that. But you're one encroaching on somebody else's land and causing all these atrocities. Like, who's the savage? And I like the way like the reenactor uh used the pistol because the arthritis. Of course, he had use his other hand to help firing the pistol. I thought that was a nice touch. And I don't think anybody would frown upon young Pancho's reaction when he saw his like sister running out of the house. You know, bloody, beaten, and like and was assaulted, and like he just take the pistol and just like blast away at that suit. It was like, of course, it's like crime of passion kind of situation, but it's like it's hard to say like anybody wouldn't react the same way. I'm more of a fan of the Winchester rifle. Maybe it's because of it's the classic gun of the West, but it's kind of like I don't know, maybe like the AK of the day, because I guess the reliability, like the AK, and it's just a fun word to say, Winchester, Winchester. There's some big earplugs. Horseback riding. It'd be fun to try horseback riding at some point. You know, not too far from me, there was like a thing with stables and whatnot. Once it gets a little warmer, because I'm pretty sure with all the mandates and stuff was lifted, for the most part, it'd be nice to try out like horseback riding. Yeah, if it wasn't for this episode, I would not know about the Henry, and like as cool as it is, and awesome as it is, and obviously it's effective to a point. The thing is, when he mentions about how like the magazine can be exposed so easily, the fact that any kind of brush and stuff can gum up the works, and it's like, yeah, that's the whole thing about like functionality versus reliability. That's why I personally go with like the reliable weapon over accurate weapon, because like accuracy is a moot point if it fails. And I like the idea like a wider hammer specifically made for like Pancho, because like his arthritis, so he has to be able to shoot. I think Crazy Horse was another uh, uh, ancient warrior who uh, I'll put ancient in quotes because it's like, it's the old west. I mean, like ancient, you know, by today's standards, I guess. Uh, didn't want his like image depicted on things after his death, or even like during his life, especially because he was a wanted man at that time. But it's just like, you know, thing like Chinggis Khan and like Attila Han is like, they don't. I think was it Alexander the Great didn't want his image on anything either. I could be wrong about that one, but it's like, it's funny how like certain people didn't want their image on anything, especially after their death, because I guess they want their like legend to speak louder than like. Oh, and then like I think uh uh Vlad the Impaler as well. Like they want their legend to be bigger than the man. You might hear some kids outside my window. It's like it's getting hot, and there's gonna be kids, come out having fun after a long winter. Still a bit of chill in there, but not too bad. They didn't realize like until this episode like how logistics is an X factor that can play into. I just kind of wish they kind of like had like a. Of course, you can look it up, but like during the show, like show like here's all the list of X factors we uh figured out that we can implement this season. Like logistics, uh, health, mental stability, and things like that. Diet. Yeah, I tend to agree because like Pancho Villa's gun. I mean, like that specific gun, I'm not sure how many other of his men had a gun like his, but that particular gun is like with a wider hammer and everything like that. It's like, you know, it specifically was made because for it's arthritis to compensate. I don't know, it's like effective for anybody to just use it. Uh, Especially because of the fact that you see like the expert having to use two hands just to use it and fire it, while Crazy Horse guns, like it's just like he just one handed, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I was never a fan of like Pancho Villa's battle strategy. That and like the audacious tactic with uh what's her name? Uh Crap. I forgot the female name from this season. Crap. What was her name? Uh uh oh, like was finally winning the conqueror. Crap. What was her name? Um uh I know what I'm talking about. Winning the conqueror versus like let me look it up. Doggone it. Joan of Arc. Jeez. That was the name. Yeah, just like Joan of Arc's audacious attack tactic. It's just like it's simple, it's effective, but it's like it's not really. It's kind of like in a way brute force to me. It's like yeah, you just like pounding on a person until they submit, or you just got lucky, or they just It's not the same thing as like hit and run or like you know volley fire or anything like that. It's just like with Crazy Horse, use of terrain. That's another fun word to say. Inna compendi. Uh, Inna compendi. Pemni. I was like, wow, man, that's one hell of a word. Like, can you imagine trying to spell that? Can you imagine like a spelling bee they ask you to spell inna compendi? I was like, no. Can you fucking spell it? And the end of the companion is kind of like similar to the Apache War Club, but I think like this was the end of the companion is like it's a little bit more of a effective, especially with when you put a point on the end. Yeah, that slow mo effect when you see that point just like right there, it's like holy crap. Hey, Guns for One, how you doing? You know, I think the bolo knife is like also similar to a kind of blade that was used by the Philippines in the Philippines. Yeah, here's the thing: the bolo knife is an actual freaking knife, but it's just like the blade edge. It seems like I'm pretty sure it's sharp, but it's like it's not like a sword or anything like that. Like there's better knives, indefinitely, but it's just like it doesn't seem like it might lacerate, maybe, but it's like man, it doesn't seem like it. It's like a slashing type of thing. It barely slashes in my mind. It's more so hacking than it is slashing. Maybe that's why. Here we go. It looks like they use certain scenes uh, from like movies about these guys as part of the episodes. This is the way like certain things were edited or and shot. I think they did the same thing for the North Korean versus Green Green Rangers, the U.S. Army Rangers. Okay, here we go. Pomegranate. It's true like an old west. I feel like we're in Red Dead Redemption right now. Ah, Victoria. Yeah, it makes sense. I was like, as cool as Crazy Horse is, it's like he didn't have the resources. Yeah, I mean, I think both of these warriors are like just cool as hell. And like it's definitely we learn when you watching these episodes, it makes you want to learn about like you know if it's a specific person, their history, or if it's like just like a general warrior, you just want to learn, just everything about them, and just like, like the ninjas. Like back in the day when I first saw the episode with like the Spartan versus Ninja, I really wanted to learn more about their respective cultures and stuff like that. And in this, like, it makes you want to learn about like the history of Crazy Horse and like Pancha Villa and their lives and stuff like that. And it's just cool as hell. But I'm curious to know what you guys think about this particular episode. Uh, what was your favorite weapon? Did you agree with the results or did you not agree? And in a few minutes, I'll be popping in the last episode for me to comment on. Man, it's been a while. We've been at this for quite some time. Probably would have been a little bit longer if I went with the decision from the jump, doing like a few episodes each month, rather than like trying to do one episode at a time, like I probably started out as. But yeah. So I will see you guys in a little bit for French Foreign Legion versus the Gurkhas.